most unprofessional thing a doctor's office ever did. My 8-year-old daughter, Lily, was having severe breathing problems that morning, wheezing that sounded like a broken accordion, her normally rosy lips turning a frightening shade of blue. This wasn't her usual mild asthma. Something was terribly wrong. We rushed to her pediatrician's office but arrived 10 minutes late due to an emergency road closure. I carried Lily through the front door, her weight seeming heavier as she struggled with each breath. The receptionist, a stern-faced woman with perfectly styled hair, wouldn't even look up from her computer. "You're late. We gave your appointment away," she said in a monotone voice, still clicking away at her keyboard. "Please, she can barely breathe," I begged desperately, holding my daughter, who was now struggling even more for air. Lily's small hand gripped my arm tightly, her eyes wide with fear. "Should have left earlier. Next available appointment is in 3 weeks," the receptionist replied coldly, finally glancing up with annoyance rather than concern. Other parents in the waiting room started staring as my daughter's breathing became increasingly labored. The sound was getting worse by the minute, each breath seeming more difficult than the last. "I need to speak to the doctor directly. Please, just look at her," I pleaded, my voice cracking with panic. "Absolutely not. He's with paying customers who arrived on time. You'll need to reschedule," she said with shocking indifference. 20 agonizing minutes passed while I held Lily and tried to keep her calm. My daughter was now making horrible, rattling, wheezing sounds that echoed through the quiet office. A kind-looking grandmother sitting nearby finally spoke up. "Honey, that child needs medical help right now. This isn't normal." The receptionist snapped her head up sharply. "Ma'am, please don't interfere with our office policies." My hands shaking with fear and fury, I pulled out my phone to call 911. Lily's condition was deteriorating before everyone's eyes. The receptionist immediately stood up. "You absolutely cannot call emergency services from our property. It reflects poorly on our medical practice." "Are you serious? My child can't breathe," I shouted. "Children frequently exaggerate their symptoms for attention. She's obviously breathing fine if she's sitting there conscious," the receptionist said with stunning callousness. That's when I completely lost it. I scooped up my daughter and drove straight to the emergency room. The ER doctor took one look at Lily and immediately rushed her into a treatment room. "This is a severe asthma attack. Her oxygen saturation levels are dangerously low. 5 more minutes without treatment and we'd be looking at complete respiratory failure," he explained urgently, while nurses prepared medications. They had to use 3 different emergency medications and breathing treatments to finally stabilize her. Watching the color slowly return to my daughter's lips was the most relief I'd ever felt. The next morning, while Lily slept peacefully with oxygen tubes in her nose, I called that pediatric office. "I'm calling to inform you that your receptionist nearly killed my daughter yesterday. She's currently hospitalized for respiratory failure that could have been prevented." The doctor, Dr. Caldwell, got on the phone immediately, his voice filled with concern. "I'm also calling to let you know that I've reported this incident to the state medical board, your malpractice insurance company, and I'm posting this entire experience on every review platform I can find," I continued. 2 hours later, that same dismissive receptionist, Karen, ironically, called back, her tone completely different. "The doctor would like to see your daughter immediately at no charge." "Too late," I replied firmly. "She already has a new pediatrician who actually cares about saving children's lives, instead of protecting appointment schedules." The office permanently changed their emergency policies after my detailed review went viral. Emergency cases now get immediate attention regardless of appointment times, and that heartless receptionist was quietly transferred to filing duties, where she couldn't make life or death decisions anymore.